Hello, my friends. Today, the Ukrainian Armed Forces are working to nullify all Russian gains in the Kharkiv direction. They are achieving new successes. Let's start with the confirmation that yesterday the Ukrainian Armed Forces advanced in the area of the village of Hlyboke. They managed to take control of half of the village and advanced 600 meters. Moreover, the situation in the forested plantation has also improved. The Ukrainian forces pushed the Russians back by 1 kilometer and 500 meters, which is a very good result. Despite this, the Russians attempted one attack during the day, but as we can see, success is on the side of the Ukrainian forces. In Vovchansk, there are also new successes today. The Ukrainian armed forces managed to push the Russians back another 350 meters in the city. This is despite the fact that the occupiers are trying daily to break through to the factory and unblock their units. In the past 24 hours, they conducted 14 assaults, but the front line has shifted in favor of the Ukrainian forces. Overall, it's a complete failure for the Russians here, despite all the claims from Russian war correspondents that they are advancing. For now, it's the Ukrainian forces that is moving forward and conducting successful counterattacks. In the Kupiansk direction, the activity hasn't decreased. The occupiers conducted 9 assaults near Synkivka and Stepova Novoselivka, but the Ukrainian forces managed to repel these attacks and the front line remains unchanged. In the Svatove area, the occupiers are attempting to assault Hrekivka and the village of Makiivka. Over the past 24 hours, they carried out 13 assaults without achieving any success. It's evident that they are increasing their activity to push forward, making the situation challenging. In the Kreminna direction, battles are ongoing near the villages of Terny and Torske, and attacks have resumed in the forested area near Kreminna. Over the past 24 hours, 8 assaults have been repelled and the offensive actions continue, but there have been no changes along the front line. The general staff reports that the Ukrainian armed forces are doing everything possible to strengthen their defenses and prevent Russian breakthroughs. In the Siversk direction, the occupiers continue their attempts to break through near Verkhnyokamianske and Rozdolivka, conducting several assaults each day without success. Overall, activity in this area has slightly decreased and there have been no changes along the front line. In the Chasiv Yar direction, Russian forces are attempting to stretch the northern flank by assaulting Ukrainian positions near Hryhorivka. Direct attacks on the outskirts of Chasiv Yar also continue. On the southern flank, all Russian attacks have failed and the front line remains unchanged over the past 24 hours. In the Pokrovsk direction, the situation is becoming increasingly dire. There has been a significant uptick in Russian activity with 42 assaults recorded in a single day, alongside an increasing number of artillery strikes. And the main battles are taking place near Novooleksandrivka, where only 7.5 kilometers separate the Russian forces from the critical highway. If they manage to break through here, they could reach open operational spaces, leading to a potential collapse of the front. This makes the situation extremely critical. Additionally, battles are ongoing near Yevhenivka, Sokil, Novoselivka, Persha, and also Yasnobrodivka, with continuous Russian attempts to advance, and their goal is to first reach the water barrier and then move towards Novooleksandrivka. It seems there are no significant defensive lines in this area. And foreign analysts have also indicated that if Russian forces succeeded here, they could achieve a breakthrough into operational spaces, compounding the already critical situation. And understanding their gradual progress, Russian forces are pulling in substantial reserves to secure even more ground. In the Kurakhove direction, Russian forces are demonstrating significant activity, having carried out 11 assaults in a single day. They continue to attack the northern part of Krasnohorivka, Hryhorivka, and of course, Paraskovivka. The Ukrainian forces are doing a tremendous job maintaining their defensive positions, and the front line hasn't changed over the past 24 hours. In the Vuhledar direction, the occupiers persist in their attacks on Vadiane, and the situation remains challenging near Staromaiorske and Urozhaine. Russian troops are entering these villages because they are in the gray zone, but the Ukrainian forces are working to destroy them, preventing the enemy from establishing a foothold. Thus, the fighting continues relentlessly. In the Zaporizhzhia direction, the occupiers continue their attacks near Robotyne, and attempts to break through to Mala Tokmachka also persist. However, the front line hasn't changed over the past 24 hours. And in the Kherson direction, the occupiers, as before, continue their attempts to push the Ukrainian forces from the left bank, and the General Staff reported 3 assaults over the past day, all of which were unsuccessful. Shelling of the right bank also continues. At the same time, Russian war correspondents are already sharing frightening stories about where exactly the launches of nuclear warheads were programmed during exercises. Let's read. It's strange, but there is information that during the exercises on the use of tactical nuclear weapons, the missile forces programmed the Iskander warheads to strike a target in the Kherson direction, targeting one of the islands in the Dnipro Delta. It makes sense. The Dnipro current would quickly wash all the radiation into the Black Sea, and there wouldn't be significant damage to our population and troops. But how quickly? That's the question. Overall, the Russians are already preparing for nuclear war, and this indicates only one thing. Even if they start a nuclear war, they will not strike NATO countries, of course. They will start targeting the frontline areas where there is a concentration of the Ukrainian forces troops to destroy the Ukrainian army. And for such localized strikes, NATO countries wouldn't respond by striking Russia. There would only be condemnation. Okay, and while power outages continue in Ukraine, China has launched the world's largest solar power plant. It's located in the Taklamakan Desert and can generate a capacity of 3.5 gigawatts. The plant will produce over 6 billion kilowatt hours of electricity, which is comparable to the consumption of a small country such as Armenia or Latvia. And the cost is $2.3 billion, and it covers an area of 810 square kilometers, which is over 6,000 football fields. And that's all from me. So please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.